Good morning, everyone. As introduction, Linh is my name, and I'm Country Director of ENDA Vietnam. And today I will talk about the informal sector on solid waste management, and I will focus in Ho Chi Minh City. Next slide, please. And first on, I would like to introduce a little bit about ENDA. And ENDA to start operates in Vietnam since 1995 up to now. And before 2011, ENDA focused a lot on community development. At that time, Vietnam is the still poverty country. And when we overcome the poverty since 2011 up to now, ENDA focus on the poor and migrant, which focus on community-based solid waste management system, environmental awareness raising, housing for the poor, and community slave and slum upgrading. And in which since 2011, we focus a lot on solid waste management. And in solid waste management, ENDA focus on informal sector. And why ENDA focus on informal sector? And I give you the reason why. And as statistics from Don Re, Ho Chi Minh City, Don Re, there are about 9,000 tons of domestic waste generated every day. And domestic waste will be collected by formal and informal sector. And in Ho Chi Minh City, formal sector includes Sitenco and recycling company. And the informal sector include independent waste collector, street waste picker, and run shop. But ENDA will focus on independent waste collector and wife. And as you may know that in Ho Chi Minh City, independent waste collector are units. There are about 4,200 independent waste collectors, and they collect 65 to 70% of domestic waste from the household. After sorting for unrecyclable, the independent waste collector transfer remain waste to transferring station. And after that, Sitenco will transfer the waste, remain waste to transfer to landfilling and treatment. It means the independent waste collector take very important role in solid waste management among Ho Chi Minh City, although they are informal sector. And in Ho Chi Minh City, also there are 2,000 street waste picker, or we can call Ve Chai in the south and Dong Nhat in the north. And these people, they go on the street to take on recyclable or to buy recyclable from the household. And after that, they sell for the run shop. And there are about 1,800 run shop among Ho Chi Minh City. But this statistic, we do survey in before 2015. After COVID, the run shop reduced a lot because the and also another guideline from the government. So run shop quite difficult to run this time. So the number of run shop now reduced, and we estimated they reduce about 40% of the run shop among Ho Chi Minh City at the figure I share here. And why we focus on independent waste collector? Next slide, please. Because as I shared before, the independent waste collector, they collect 65 to 70% of domestic waste in Ho Chi Minh City. And of course, they are the key person to provide the input for recycling. They collect on recyclable, especially the plastics, and it means independent waste collector have to reduce the volume of waste to landfilling, have to reduce the cost for treatment for the government, and also have to keep the city clean and green. That they are very important on solid waste management and also on the recycle value chain in Ho Chi Minh City. And independent waste collector, they are indispensable for implement waste separation as sort in Ho Chi Minh City at decision 44. Next slide, please. And why independent waste collector and why ENDA focus? As you may know that they are informal sector, and they are vulnerable group among the vulnerable in Ho Chi Minh City, which they lack of knowledge and skill, they lack of financial condition. 65% of informal waste collector are migrant to Ho Chi Minh City. And also because they are migrants, so they are difficult to access the social welfare program from the government because they don't have the temporary resident or permanent resident in Ho Chi Minh City. Add on the welfare program of Vietnam based on the temporary resident or permanent resident. So that the independent waste collector also they are poor but quite difficult to accept to the government welfare program. And also they are work independently, so they very difficult to make community people or local authority listen to their voice. And usually before when we work with them, they think that they work with weight, so the people look at them at weight. And when the people meet them, because they usually they go to collect waste, so smell is not good. That's why the people usually they look down the independent waste collector, and the independent waste collector they feel not comfortable for working. They feel very they lack of self-confidence in their life, and also they get difficulty in finance and also in spiritual life also. And that is the reason why ENDA work with independent waste collector, and we work with them since 2006 up to now. With donation from the USAID, AFD, EU, East European Commission, etc. And I just want to share with you one project. We are working with independent waste collector now in Ho Chi Minh City, and we call the informal sector on plastic. And in this project, we support for independent waste collector with social protection and capacity building. Of course, we support for independent waste collector with protective device, health and accident insurance, or to ensure that they can access to social program. The other is we do capacity building for them. As I explained to you, they lack of knowledge and skill. So capacity building for them is very important because they have to stand on their feet. And I could not stay with them forever. That's why when we work with them, we very focused on how to capacity building for independent waste collector. And also we train for independent waste collector many topics related to their work, related to first aid, related to disease, related to cooperative law, related to how to access, how to dialogue with the government, how to improve presentation or negotiation with community, etc. And also we organize some organic rising for independent waste collector in case they could not participate in the training. Next slide, please. And another is we work with independent waste collector, and we form them in cooperative or alliance. And the reason why, because as you may know, they are independent, so their voice is weak. And when they get problem, they don't know how to support for themselves. And that is the reason why when we work with independent waste collector, we try to form independent waste collector in cooperative or cooperative alliance. And with USAID project, we call the informal sector on plastic. We already set up 5 new cooperatives, and also we conduct many meetings among the cooperative and government to dialogue with government about the policy, about the program to support for independent waste collector. And since they have a cooperative, the cooperative can protect the benefit for their member, is mean for independent waste collector. And also we established the long-term alliance. Long-term alliance could have the more strong voice for independent waste collector. And the next slide, please. And the other, we work with independent waste collector is we advocate with the government for the program, for the regulation, or for the policy to support for independent waste collector. And as I already shared with you before, we understand that we could not be with independent waste collector for a long time or forever. That is the reason why when we do the innovation, we also try to advocate and ask the government to mainstream our innovation, such as the health insurance or protective device for independent waste collector to the government program. And up to now, as we during the COVID 2020, the government already take the government budget to support the health insurance for independent waste collector. Of course, although the independent waste collector who have temporary or permanent residence in Ho Chi Minh City only, not for all independent waste collector. However, this is the advantages for the government already mainstream our innovation in their program. And also we do advocacy for the government to change the policy. And as you may know that the best slide please. As you may know that the decision 88 is the collection fee. The government fixed collection fee from 2008 to 2018. It means the price is increased, only collection fee don't increase. And the independent waste collector, their income based on 70% of the collection fee. And in case the collection fee don't increase, the income of independent waste collector could not increase. And this caused difficulty for the living condition of independent waste collector. And we do advocacy for a long time. And together with other network, other organization, luckily in 2018, the government Ho Chi Minh City already changed the disease to we call decision 38, the collection fee increase. And in this collection fee increase double. It means the income of independent waste collector increase a lot and tend to a part of our advocacy with the government. And also Ho Chi Minh City, they already issued the decision 44 to apply waste separation as sort among Ho Chi Minh City. However, we have many things to discuss in the future to implement the decision 44 with that. And also we conduct many roundtables for independent waste collector to dialogue with the government to talk about some regulation or policy affect to the life or working condition of independent waste collector. And as you may know that solution 32 is they forbidden three-wheel vehicle. And in Ho Chi Minh City, the independent waste collector, they use three-wheel vehicle for working. So if the government apply resolution 32, it means the collection equipment forbidden. So in that case, the independent, we organize many workshops for independent waste collector, discuss with government, because the independent waste collector could not change to a truck for collection, not suitable, because all independent waste collector, they work in small street or remote area in Ho Chi Minh City, so they could not use truck. And also we, as I mentioned, is the very important is when we also ask the government to join with us, because in the future, only government can take care for independent waste collector, not us anymore. Next slide, please. And the last, we work with this project is we do community awareness raising on combating plastic pollution. Of course, awareness raising for community is also important for this project. We do many awareness raising for community dialogue or communicate directly with the household to ask the community people to change their behavior on 3R to reduce using single-use plastics. Also, we participate in many events of Ho Chi Minh City in Green Leaf Festival or any event conducted by the government. We try to do awareness raising for community people on combating marine plastic pollution. And also we conduct door-to-door with community people to awareness 3R to reduce using single-use plastic. And also we integrate, we do integration awareness raising in community through community meeting or through meeting with children or event with children with university. And usually we work with school from primary school to university to do awareness raising on combating marine plastic pollution. Next slide, please. And now for this project, we already support the independent waste collector to improve working conditions for 100% of target individual waste collector in our project. And we already support for 55% of independent waste collector in our project with health insurance during our project. And also we support, we contribute in improve living condition of independent waste collector. As I share with you, at decision 38, the income of independent waste collector increase. It means the living condition of them increase. And also very special is the voice of independent waste collector are strong listening by the government and community now. And the independent waste collector, they feel very confident that the community and the government recognize their contribution in solid waste management in Ho Chi Minh City. And they feel proud of their work, proud of their professional now. And also, especially through this project, we encourage and mobilize the independent waste collector to collect as much as possible plastic for recycling. And each individual waste collector, they collect 13 to 15 kilos of plastic, on-count plastic every day for recycling. And as you may know, in Ho Chi Minh City, there are 4,200 independent waste collectors. Huge amount of plastic will be collected by, has been collected by independent waste collector. Next slide, please. And of course, we also support for government to, we work with the government to mainstream our innovation in the government program. So in the future, independent waste collector can access to the social program from the government. And until now, ENDA still work with government how to improve the process to get the individual waste collector or to let migrant people to get the temporary or permanent resident to be benefit by the welfare program of the government. And also, as we explained through our awareness rising, the community start to do waste separation. However, Ho Chi Minh City suddenly issued the documentary on waste separation differently. So we feel disappointed because now in Ho Chi Minh City, they advise to do waste separation in recyclable and non-recyclable, not as we do communication before. And of course, we continue to work with the government on this. And special in Ho Chi Minh City during the COVID outbreak strongly or completely. We already work with USAID, with the circular initiative, with the World Economic Forum, with REPAP, with GAIA to support relief for independent waste collector, and tend to support from the donor. The independent waste collector get more support and feel more happy and motivated to work during the COVID. Next slide, please. And in this, we feel we are on way with independent waste collector on way. They are in the difficult circumstances as the COVID outbreak. Thank you very much. That is my presentation.